All right, says we're live. So we're going to say that it's live. Uh, Hello, folks. David Specht. Remember, I believe three things. Number one, I believe health matters more today than perhaps any time in our history. Number two, I believe that nutrition is one area of life where we have a great deal of control. And number three, I believe if you get traction in one area of life, you will try to take on other areas. And today, I am super blessed to talk about an upcoming webinar that we're going to be doing in 2 weeks with my good friend and mentor, Omar Medrano. How are you, sir?
I'm doing amazing, man. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for the invite. And you know what? There's no place I'd rather be than on a Zoom helping people out on a webinar. Inflation, especially the way the market's been going, man. The economy affects everybody 100%.
Yep. And I wanted to frame this because some people may say, well, David, what do you know about all this? Well, here's two things I do know. Number one, I know that it costs on average $500 more a month today for the average American household to make ends meet the same way they did last year. So number one, beating inflation is necessary. Number two, as somebody who's been in an industry that has gone through a lot of flux, who has really kind of had to retool, I've had to pivot, I've had to add, I've had to build to outpace what the market was doing. Somebody told me one time, David, you don't have an expense problem, you have a revenue problem. And I believe that's where most Americans are right now, is that, yeah, they could tighten up their budgets, but let's be honest, most of the time it's a revenue problem. They just don't have enough income coming in. And I believe that you and I, through this webinar coming in 2 weeks, are really going to provide some solutions for folks so that they can grow the income side of the ledger.
You know, Dave, the reason why you and I don't have Lambos, we don't live in a high rise, it's not because of luck. It's because we haven't expanded our vision. We haven't expanded our dreams. We are only one idea. This is the biggest slave. This can either drive you to success or it can be your prisoner. The choice is ours. Yes, we're going through some pretty rough times, but people make money. People thrive during pandemics. 2 years ago, the whole world shut down. You know what? Yes, companies folded. People got divorced. People gained weight, but it was a multiplier because you know what? There was plenty of people that lost weight, that created wealth. It's all about expansion. There's two things you can do. You can either wait for things to happen, or you can create the change by creating more income.
Absolutely. And, you know, history teaches us that there are people who can and do thrive in these economic downturns. Apple was founded during the 70s recession. Yingling survived the Great Depression. There are ways, if we can shift our mindset, to begin to look for those opportunities. And for the person at home who's got a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever their job looks like, they're like, well, I don't have time. I want to show them how they can find time in the nooks and the crannies to build something that will augment what they're already doing. We have got to have multiple streams of income in this day and age. And multiple streams is not just husband and a wife both working full-time jobs. It is creating income streams actively at first and then passively down the road to really help them make ends meet, to where it doesn't matter if inflation is 4% or 40%, they're able to bust that inflation and keep their standard of living or increase it.
It's about having as many multiple flows of income. If all you do is work and that's your only source of income, you're going to be working for the rest of your life. And you know what? I'm not a genius. I didn't say that. Warren Buffett said that. Warren Buffett says you need to have passive income. You need to make money while you sleep. And there's many ways of doing it. It's just a lot of people feel the only way to become successful is working 9 to 5. And yeah, Dolly Parton and Lily Taylor and Jane Fonda, clearly 9 to 5 made them successful. But for everybody else, we need to create and find passive income.
Yep. And the point of our webinar will be to help people with their analysis paralysis. We're going to answer some of the questions that are going through your mind as to what to do. What are some of the next steps? What are some of the things that we could do? It's going to be focused on what a lot of people have coined the term side hustle, but it goes far beyond that. It's about finding that thing that you can do that you love doing, not just making ends meet. If you hate driving in the car, maybe DoorDash or Uber is not for you. So we're going to really dive in to help you figure out what it is you can and want to do to drive that income, to drive your lifestyle, so that inflation is not as big of a threat to you as it is right now.
Dave, side hustle. Most people don't even know what it really means. It's just a catchy phrase. They read a book, they heard a podcast, but you know what? Instead of just posting about needing the side hustle, because before the term side hustle, there was a term called whatever it takes. And you need to have that mindset. In fact, have multiple side hustles. And if you find a side hustle that you're killing it, that you're loving it, don't quit on your primary source of income. It's about having multiple flows of income. The more, the better.
Absolutely. And so we're inviting everybody. It's absolutely free. It is on November the 8th at 8 p.m. No, sorry, November the 15th at 8 p.m. on Zoom. There'll be a registration link in the comments. Again, cost you nothing. You can show up. We're gonna give you high value, and it will put you in a position to win, because that's what we want to do. We want you to win at life.
This is what they need to bring. They need to bring an open heart, open mind, pen, something to write, take notes, because yes, knowledge is power, but it's useless. It's like potential. Potential just means you're lazy. You need to take massive action. I don't want to hear from anybody that they've got plenty of potential. Who cares? The person that has potential gets them nowhere. I would rather have all my money on the incompetent person, because with his action, believe it or not, sooner or later, he will find success.
Absolutely. So join us. We're going to be talking a lot more about this over the next 2 weeks leading up to it. But I suggest you take action early. Go ahead and sign up today, because there'll be a limited number in that Zoom room. So let's do this today. Sign up, and we'll look forward to helping you bust inflation on Inflation Busters.
Exactly. Hey, you can put pause on the Netflix, put pause on the DVR. Never hit pause on your life and your dreams.
God bless.
God bless.